Welcome in, everybody. It's your boys, the Bristol Bros, once again on a Tuesday evening. Hope you all are having a great day. I'm going to bring my buddy Sam in, my Bristol Bro Sam. Here he comes. Welcome in, bud. How you doing?
We're out here making comics, baby.
Making comics, living the dream, right?
That's right.
We got our buddy Art of Victor Medina in the chat. What's up, Vic? Welcome back, brother. So, I think we're just not gonna mess around here. We need to have you introduce our guest and get him on the stage. I will let you do the introduction, Sam. And
Thank you.
And then I'll bring him on.
What an honor. All right. Well, today we have Kasra on. Kasra is a very handsome man, and he is somebody who's very involved in a lot of communities that we're all involved in here. So CAF, OAX, the list goes on and on. So I'm sure you've seen him in our chats, you've seen him in Dave's chats, CAF's chats, so on and so forth. I will say that I will say that he is the Forrest Gump of comics because he's everywhere. So without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend, Kasra.
Boom! Look at that introduction.
Life is like a box of chocolates. Thank you. That was very nice. Thank you so much. The handsome part, I'm going to send this to my mom when we're done.
Bro, it's the stash, bro.
Is it? Yeah, it's real.
Stash.
You can pull on it.
Does it?
Yeah. At conventions, it's a parlor trick. Come on up. Go ahead and pull on it.
Oh my goodness. How's your day going, man? You just sounded like you were burning the candle at both ends a little bit.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, we have a show coming up in February 20th. It's hard to describe what the run up to it is like to people. It's like it's terror. It's like it's got to be like every major event in your life all rolled up in one, but without even the thought of it going right, landing on your feet. I tell people it's like when Galactus comes up to your planet and the shadow starts going over the planet. It feels like that for about 2 months leading up to it. Yeah. So we're right in the middle of it. Yeah.
I gotta imagine it's like getting all the pieces lined up and then hoping everything falls into place, especially like if you're bringing artists in and everything else. Like,
yeah, 93 artists from all over the world this time. We've expanded double the show floor, all kinds of events, a new outdoor pavilion. We have to pray. We have to get Native Americans basically to make sure it doesn't rain. I mean, it's crazy stuff. It's awesome though. It is a lesson in letting go and laughing at yourself. Every year I get to do this, like on a real level. Like you have to pay a retreat in South America with some illicit drugs to be able to get to that kind of feeling.
You got to go on your ayahuasca journey
every 12 months. It's the third time around, and it is better. It's been way better each time. This is good me a month out.
Yeah. When does the weight lift? Is it once the event is done? Does the weight lift from your shoulders, or is it when you get in it and get on the scene and start to see that things are going well and everything seems to be working out, or does the pressure just stay on like throughout?
You know, you've competed at a high level from what I understand, and in jiu-jitsu, probably some other disciplines for what I know,
Jiu-jitsu and professional arm wrestling.
Yeah. Arm wrestling, I wouldn't say as much, but with jiu-jitsu, I would just say there's got to be a moment where it's not like out of body, but it's like you're not really aware of yourself. It's like you get in a flow state. You get into like whatever. And you're competing and like, especially like in MMA, I know that we both must be fans. I'm 20 years in, like a mega fan of
100%.
MMA.
Yeah.
You don't remember what happened until weeks later.
Yeah.
So I tell people afterwards that I decompress for a week or two. What I figured out after the first year is if I sit outside, I'm in Florida, so usually the weather's okay, and I just look out as far as I can to clear my brain and decompress with my dog, because no one makes me happier than my dog. And I
Awesome.
clean smoke and watch YouTube videos. For about 5 days, I feel like a human being again. And then I start remembering how awesome the show was about
Right.
days later. Yeah, it is a blur. It's a blur. For me, it is. It's just a blur. You know how it is too. Like if you're a creative, you know, you're basically, I remember feeling really like a lot of sympathy, like for artists. I used to do art rep work. And, you know, one of the artists that I work with, um, worked every day, didn't leave the house, didn't even go to the grocery store. He just worked. I mean, like most of his view was just of his hand,
Yeah.
right? He'd end up have to have conversations with his hand because there was nothing even animate around this guy for weeks and months at a time. And then you throw him into New York and 100,000 people at a show, and it's supposed to be just totally normal.
Yeah.
I remember once he kind of stopped me. He's like, "Do you know what this is like?" It's like, it's I'm over answering your question. But I'm trying to give you a feeling rather
I love
than
it.
one answer. Yeah.
I feel like I'm there. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I feel the tension.
Oh, it's fun. It's good.
And you're bringing back the Jack Kirby Award, aren't you?
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's it called it the Jack and Ross Kirby Award, but you're right. It has a history, and not too many people know about it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think it
really
was
cool.
it's actually a wild story. Was it called the Jack Kirby Industry Award? I think
I
something
think
like
so.
that.
I think it was.
And it was started in 1985. I think a gentleman that worked at Fantagraphics started it. And it ran 85, 86, and 87 at San Diego Comic-Con. It only ran for 3 years. But I remember seeing the photos even at some point growing up with like crazy haired Alan Moore. There's one photo, there's a famous photo of Alan Moore like leaning on a table, like leaning forward and like lecturing people, and this diminutive little Jack Kirby is behind him with this beautiful, like this guy's amazing kind of smile on him. I think that was at one of the Kirby Award ceremonies at San Diego. It only ran 3 years, and there was some infighting from what I understand. I mean, I wasn't there, between maybe Gary Groth at Fantagraphics and the gent who started it. And Roz and Jack, I think, got a little upset about that and basically told them, remove our name from it. And then there was some out of court settlement, figuratively or actually, I don't know, between the gentleman at Fantagraphics and the lead of Fantagraphics, Gary Groth. And the settlement was that they would split the awards in two.
Okay.
And the gentleman who started it, Ulbrich, I think his name was, Fantagraphics started a new award called the Harvey Awards, which continues today, is a prominent, a very important award since that time. And the gentleman who started the Kirbys was given something called the Eisner Awards. And me being kind of like quietly sort of romantic or poetic inside is like, this thing ran for 3 years. 2 men ended up fighting over Kirby, as they often did.
Yeah.
Kirby got left by the curbside because he just couldn't deal with the we'll call it emotional violence surrounding him at the time. And the Kirby Award, the Atom basically got split in half, and you end up with the Eisners and the Harveys. If that isn't like a symbol for Jack Kirby, you tell me a better one.
Yeah.
Amazing. So since 87, it hasn't run. And of course, we all know the Eisners. Eisners are doing well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And Sam, you're going to be going to OAX, aren't you?
I'm not going to OAX this year.
Not OAX.
No, I'm doing Heroes Con this year.
That's right. I thought you were planning on hitting an OAX though in the future.
I'll probably end up going next year, but yeah, the two big things is going to be Heroes Con, and then I'm probably going to go to Japan like October, November timeframe.
Oh yeah,
West
are you
Coast
going to go with Dave? You going
More
with
than
Dave?
likely.
He
Yeah.
made us too jealous with this last trip, man. Now you got me. I'm thinking about going. You're
That's
thinking about
fine. Me
going.
too. Me too. Dave and
Man.
I talk all the time. And if think about if I do like a crystal ball thing and I think about 10 years from now, Dave's gonna have a private plane flying everybody over to Japan and back. That'll
If
be
he
the
has
goal.
his way, yeah, for sure.
Charter plane.
Yep.
More
Yeah.
people, more better. That's a and doing it annually too, man. Wow. Uh, I'm jealous.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just looked like so much fun. And for me, as an art supply collecting junkie, I'm like
Oh yeah.
wanting to hit that art store over there.
Oh
Pick up.
yeah. I guess there's multiple art stores.
There's
I thought
multiple, and they're like 7 stories worth of stuff. And oh
you
my
could
goodness.
bring back 400,000 yen worth of Zipatone.
Yeah. Yeah, like my food did. My food
Yeah.
picked up all of that.
Yeah. That's got to feel good. If I'm Jim, I'm sleeping better at night knowing I got all that Zipatone. Like
Yeah.
the man can't fuck me over on those supplies anymore. I got
When Dave was on here last week, we got it out of Sam that he's how much money have you spent now on Zipatone, Sam?
I probably have like $3,000 worth of Zipatone upstairs.
Oh, I was talking about the wrong guy, man.
You could have paid for your trip to Japan with all of that.
That's true, but I mean, I've accumulated it over like 2 years. So to be fair, it wasn't a lump purchase, but still, it's $3,000 worth of screen
Do you
tone.
have different vintages too? Like, do you know some of the years where they were manufactured? Do they go back? Like,
Everything that I have is all deleter, so it's all modern stuff. I don't
Okay.
have anything vintage, so I don't have like any like actual like Zipatone or like Duotone or anything like that. It's all modern deleter stuff.
yeah, that's impressive, man. Now, I'd like to see it. Use it. Let's see it.
Yeah, he's gonna break it out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I have a page sitting on my board right now, and I'll have a comic out in 4 weeks, and then I'll have another one out another 2 months after that. So I'll probably have like 6 to 8 books out this year, probably.
Burn through that screen tone, man.
Yeah, I always make a joke that the Kickstarter that I just did is the most expensive comic ever made, just purely based off the amount of screen tone that's on every page.
Yeah, but you're having fun, man, and you're doing it, so that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Let's check the chat. We got our buddy Dan Goodwin Art in here. Says OAX is my Japan trip. There you go.
Dan's got
awesome.
good taste.
Yeah.
And we got our amazingly talented buddy Yevgeny Sokolov Art in the chat. Yevgeny says, "Hey guys."
I think
Welcome,
Yevgeny is actually coming down to OAX.
Yeah, he is, and he's a friggin' beast, man. He's on our Sunday drawing live streams, and
yeah, that guy can draw a little bit.
Just killing it. Yeah, just a little bit.
He is scary.
He's scary, you know. He's scary, talented at art, and he's one of the few artists that's bigger than me. He's like 6'10" and like 300 pounds.
Yeah, you still kick his ass. It's okay.
I mean, you know. Yev, I wouldn't do that to you, buddy. It's okay. I'll let you get away with it. I won't hurt you. Give you a big old bear hug when I meet you. It's funny developing all these friendships with people online and not having met. You know, we're like such close friends, but we haven't met in person. We like hang out, chat every day, hang out on live streams, and
yeah,
it's such a special community, though.
It is everything. Everything you can imagine and everything you can't. Some of the nicest, sweetest, most interesting, craziest, most dynamic, unpredictable, awesome. I usually use like a loaded term. High capacity human beings I have ever met in my life. Amazing collectors, artists, creators of all kinds. The best community that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah. Yeah, and
you've done a lot. Crazy, man. OAX you got 1,000 of those people all in one place, 72 hours with like, no one to report to. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place for me if I ever go.
Yeah.
All that original art, that's my jam.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Got to be bringing a hefty bank account, big cash roll with you, and be ready to grab some good stuff.
If you'll see stuff where you feel like this is going to be the one opportunity in your life to get it. That's the feeling that is kind of like, man, what do I do? That happens a lot. That happens a lot. Of course, there's every price point. As I always point that out. There's stuff at every price point. We even have a 1 hour on. This is how awesome the artists are. We have a Sunday free sketch and signature event at OAX. And this year it is from 2 to 3 p.m. And we ask artists to do sort of quick sketches and offer some signatures. And we're hoping to announce it by February 1st, all of the artists that electively have decided to do that. And I think we may have 60 artists this year that during that hour are doing free sketches and signatures.
That's so cool.
And dude, I know guys that just wipe the floor. I mean, last year there was a couple of dudes that got like more than a dozen pieces of art during that event. They were happy, man. $0.0. Maybe they thought to give like one artist a tip or something. I don't know, but yeah.
This is the first year that you guys are going to be doing something for IC3 at OAX, right?
Yeah. We added that this year. Every year we try to add a little bit to OAX because we really think of it as a narrative art fair. The Lucas Museum is really sort of defining or helping define publicly or socially or broadly what narrative art or visual storytelling art is. And we built out OAX from the beginning, starting with comic art, as I say, Trojan horsing kind of illustration art into it and card art into it. Year 2, starting the Illustration Art Expo, IAX, and Card Art Expo, CAX, as part of OAX to just give people a little bit of a hint of how we were going to build it out. And just in November, we announced the Animation Art Expo, A2X, as part of OAX, and the Game Art Expo, GAX. So IC3 as part of OAX just made sense because I wanted to roll that out nationally. We've got a brick and mortar crazy playground with OAX, and it helped me sort of fold in the IC3 brand and sort of I don't know, justify or push through a lot more indie artists being part of OAX. I love that people say nice things about OAX, and because it's art only, they think that it's a little bit more highbrow, elite, I don't know, expensive, and it's totally the natural place to go to. But it's still just a bunch of clowns having a lot of fun over 3 days, basically. Fundamentally, I mean, we got like I literally had like a $500,000 contract with the venue, and I got free penthouses for both of the towers. But instead of giving the penthouses to like a VIP guest, I set the 2 penthouses in the South Tower aside for 5 days of party just for the card art community.
Nice.
So you see, our thinking is a little bit different. It's like there's basically going to be like 5-6 hour like after hour parties starting on Thursday through Sunday with box breaks and artists and live streaming and whatnot and all that kind of BS. We think more that way. So IC3 folding that in was a no-brainer. What's cool too, we did this year, we put in a little bit of extra work. If you go to oax.art, the site, you click on artists, there's a little drop-down menu where you can sort the artists by some of their own specialties. So if you just want to look at IAX, illustration people, you click that, and anyone that identifies as like primarily illustrator will be on there. If you select the CAX, the Card Art Expo, people that have done published card work will be filtered out and listed there. And IC3 is on there too. And I don't know what we're up to, but I think it's like 35, 37 artists that self-identify as indie.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's real. That's a real show.
What I am hearing is you're a little bit of a glutton for punishment, because you're branching into the animation one, the game one. Like, you're just continuing to expand, aren't you?
Well, like James, if you came down there and you love this stuff, right? And you start seeing like this incredible animation art, but you don't really know a lot about it. But there's like 50, 60 people there that, and some of them you knew and you didn't even know that they kind of liked it. And you go up to the exhibitors and like you follow them on Instagram and you didn't realize that they did all this animation art. And then you hold the stuff in your hands and then you're seeing some of the cells out of Japan, but then you're also seeing a lot of the cartoon art that, let's say, we grew up on or that we have like our heart is tugging at. And you see that some of that stuff for now is $50 and $75, and you're like, okay, wait a second here.
Yeah,
some dealer's going to come through and just wipe the floor on this stuff, and we're going to see the prices go up on Heritage and eBay and all the places. It's that kind of thing. Like there's a for the Game Art Expo, I'm hoping to get a room with a bunch of pinball machines in it on autoplay, play as much as you want with the translights and the play fields and some of the game related art. And the game art community don't play. Those guys are crazy. They're like detectives. They go around, and now they got a place for people to come together and congregate for the first time. It ended up being the case for the card, a lot of the card art guys and the card collector guys too, sketch cards and published card art. So you end up walking around and you're seeing this stuff and you're going, man, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. And I don't know, maybe you make, maybe you set up like 10 years of future mistakes by like, going sideways in your collecting.
It could be dangerous for me in the animation one. If I saw anything Transformers, G1, style, Voltron, Thundercats, I would be
you will
in heaven.
But there's that discovery thing. There's that high from that. There's never having seen stuff before in person. There's like everybody else there is crazy and obsessive and OCD and ADD out the rockers. And the awesome thing that happens is when we're all together, it's like there's like a flow. It was a religious experience for me the first year. But I don't know, man, that was crazy. Everyone was so awesome. Like I've tried to describe this before, and I sound sometimes like a weirdo or an a-hole when I do it, but it was like everyone was like their best version of themselves ever in their lives for 3 days, and like something happened, and it was like that the second year. So, the experiment was repeatable, as they say, right? It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
So it makes it all that stress is definitely worth it then.
We pour everything into this for like 9 months of the year because how much we believe in it and how much it sort of feeds into everything that we believe in and everything that we want to do at ComicArtFans and with all the other activities. It's become like very much like the heart and soul of everything that we do. Yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
Samuel, you're awful quiet up there.
I'm just sitting and I'm getting schooled up here by the man.
Enjoying it. Me too. I'm getting schooled up too. And all I'm doing is starting to plan for when I'm going to go to one of these things.
We're going to do it every year. Take your time. And we're going to suck the universe in because we got 4 main categories of narrative art. Comic art is a cornerstone, illustration cornerstone, animation art that we're moving into very quickly. And the last one and the biggest hurdle for me that I've almost got figured out is film and TV related art. Those are the 4 major categories of narrative art, and we'll build it out. We'll get some corporate sponsors to help us so that we have some production money. We'll probably end up moving to a bigger venue, God willing, by year 5. This is year 3, so I can say that 2 years out and actually kind of believe it. And at some point, it'll just be my kind of my slogan to people with it. If you do conventions, is drop 1, do ours. You do 6 shows a year, cool. Drop 1, do ours.
Yeah.
And after you do it once, just decide for yourself, you know, decide for yourself.
You ever think you'll bring one to the West Coast? Never say
Should.
never. Never say never.
Well, the answer is that I should. We talked about a lot of people like after the first one are like, please, you know, the New Yorkers are pretty loud. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Yeah, they got willpower. Those guys, they like come to
Yeah.
New York, and you know it's easy and all the stuffs. And I think that's one of the last places that I would take it. And the first instinct was not even to go to L.A. or Orange County. It was to go to Las Vegas.
Okay.
But a West Coast show makes so much more sense. You know,
Yeah.
there's not that the West Coast of America is separated from the East Coast, but the industries in the West Coast, animation and film and television especially, and some of the artists that are out there that just don't do as many East Coast shows, we could really make a show on the West Coast that feels very different to its brother sister one on the East Coast. So that would be a really good day, and it just terrifies me to think about it. Really, we're a tiny company, man. Like I don't whatever people think, we have 2 full-time people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you guys do is nuts.
I mean, we've got 4 or 5 totally dedicated, crazy, works full time when needed, drops everything else in their lives. You know, again, the best people you can find. But the reality is that we're just a tiny little group going and like falling forward and kind of just smiling before we hit the ground. Yeah.
Catching up on the chat here. I'm not sure what this was in reference to, but he said, so how many MODOK sketches will it take? Yevgeny.
Yeah, Yevgeny. Yeah, he knows that. I think he knows maybe that I collect MODOK.
There you go.
Art.
Oh,
you would believe
Yev could do an insane MODOK.
Oh, I bet
already
you.
know.
Oh, I've got MODOK. You wouldn't believe the stuff that I'm looking at right now. I wish I could show you.
I wish I could show the other side of my monitor too. I got some pretty crazy Invincible stuff.
Yeah.
Dan Goodwin Art says, I'm putting together a collection of street art to show Kaz to hopefully make that a part someday.
Well, that's funny that Dan, I didn't know that because graffiti and some other art forms is partly one of my dreams one day about an actual narrative art fair. Yeah, nice. I curated a graffiti show in Berlin at the Strychnine Gallery in 2010. So, like Dan, we never talked about it before, but I'm deep into that. Like,
oh, there you go.
Deep into that. Yeah,
that's awesome. So Dan's on the right track. Then keep curating that stuff, Dan. And then we got, let's see. And the chat's popping tonight. Looks like Ash Hughes is putting some stuff in the community. Drop some things off. Nice. Awesome. Dan says we'll talk more.
Yeah, we're lucky. Dan lives just north of Orlando, so it's real easy. You guys seen his work? Sam, you've seen it, yeah?
Yeah, I've seen some of it. Yeah, he was hanging out on our drawing live stream on last Sunday. Oh, here we go. West Coast Dave is in the house. When do I get my Darth Jar Jar exhibition at OAX?
Yeah, man, that Jar Jar as West Coast Dave piece. You guys have seen that one?
Yes.
It's disturbing. I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm not feeling right. It's disturbing. Dave, you get 2 more at that level, even. You get just 3, and you can have as much gallery space as you want at OAX. Good luck getting 2 more like that, though. That piece is evil. There's something, you know, there's like there are objects that hold like evil. That's like one of those objects. Like I think that maybe we should like break into his house and destroy it and bury the ashes.
Done.
Yeah, Dave's more like he's a challenge accepted kind of guy.
I just had an epiphany. West Coast OAX, get West Coast Dave, put him to work on it.
He's
There you
lazy.
go.
This guy, he doesn't do anything.
Oh my
Like, wait a
god.
sec. He's like, will you hold my cup of coffee while I drink it? Now, I love Dave, totally love Dave. And Dave and I don't think he minds me saying this. I mean, like, we talked about an IC3 show in the Northwest. And depending on, the month and what Donald Trump is doing, Dave's either totally in to help or not. So,
Dave might be in Japan. He might be living in Japan by then.
that would make me very happy.
Dave says, take me back. I'm ready to go back already. Kasra, how do you get started in comic art fans? I wanted to know, like, is that just purely out of your love for original art?
It might be a long story. I'll try to be super quick. But the comic art fans, my dog's here and she's
That makes the stream better, dude. If you show the dog on the stream.
Yeah, I think. Are you okay, sweet girl? Her stomach might be making some weird noises. It wasn't me.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, and if you hear a fart, definitely wasn't me. It's this girl right here. The comic art fan started in 2003. Believe it or not, it's 23 years in February. Wow. And it was started by 3 people, 2 of which I'll name: Bill Cox and his wife Maureen. And Bill is still he's a chief content officer, and Maureen's our CTO, chief technology officer. And I joined in 2004. I have like one of the really low numbers. Like, I think I was like one of the first 500 people that signed up for the site, which is something now because it's hundreds of thousands.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, and Bill and I became friends back then. Met in person. Got drunk at bars, at shows, said hi, wanted to work together, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just like super fast forwarding here. And that during the pandemic, I moved down to Orlando. Bill, about a year or 2 later, moved down from Ohio, about an hour 15 northwest of Orlando, where I live. And we got together. It just happened to be like the 20th anniversary of ComicArtFans. And he scheduled me to come on to our YouTube channel. And he did like an interview with me the very night that at midnight that ComicArtFans was turning 20. And we actually talked past 3 hours so we can get past midnight to celebrate together. Wow. And then we started talking every day about where we're at, catching up, life, how annoying kids are, whatever. Well, the things that people talk about, right? Not enough toilet paper in the closet, whatever. And Bill had always wanted to do a show, like a convention. And we started talking about it, and it didn't take very long. We just elaborated on the whole thing and what we would do. And then just like a month into working on that, we were already talking about, we were talking pretty intensely about the kinds of things that could be done. Like I'd done art rep work. I'd worked with galleries. I'd started several small publishing companies. I set up at Small Press Expo all the way to San Diego. I've done everything in between. I had a parallel career in the biotech pharma industry. I did all the art stuff to stay sane. So I dealt with operations and legal and contract and licensing and highly technical stuff and intense environments and people that should be chopped into pieces and buried because they're terrible people. I dealt with all of them. Fuck them. Equity funding, strategic planning, financial projections, total like extreme left brain and right brain activities. So I started telling him about all the stuff that I thought we could do at CAF and all the stuff that would interest me. And so we talked about me becoming CEO pretty fast as well. And it's nuts, coming up on 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies, man.
It does. Yeah.
Especially when you're as busy as you are.
My beard's getting whiter. But it's exciting. It really is. Like, Yeah, I've been telling people like I guess this is like a 10-year period of my life. I don't know about you guys, but I'm 53 now. I'm thinking I've got like 10 years now that are like the prime. You know, you've got when what MMA fighters, whatever, you've got age and experience. They're inversely
Yep.
related. And there's that sweet spot where stuff's crazy, where the experience is making up for the age at some point,
Yeah.
but before that, where you've got both, right? And I for whatever reason, I'm maybe genetics or luck, or I just didn't go out and party enough. I still feel really healthy and vital and energized and motivated. And I'm like bringing to bear all my frustrations and all my desires for the world that I would like to live in and how important art is. And like maybe not in a self-righteous way, but in a very much like fundamental human right, important way, way, way beyond your own ego and your own vanity kind of way. And I feel like I've got the yellow brick road here to try to fail.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
awesome. It is really
I will.
awesome.
it is.
I will say, like the last 6 months to a year or so, like I've noticed just in terms of just calf in general, like the content has gotten way better, and it's like in terms of the turnout and then as well the quality.
Thank
So
you.
that's something I've definitely noticed a lot as of late.
Thank you very much. And you know, if you look at our team, Matt DiTullio, I don't know if you guys have met Matt before, but
I
if
don't
you
think I
have,
have.
you'd never forget him. He's our VP Ops. He runs the DiTullio Art Collective. He's an artist representative. He's gone through, you know, like collecting comics and CGC graded books. Like he had an entire FF run at one point. He did
Oh,
cards
wow.
and Marvel cards and Marvel masterpieces, and came to comic art and stopped dead in his track. Like he did sneakers, he did Pokemon, he did everything, came to comic art, stopped dead in his track. The love of his life. This is the end all be all. We've all sort of felt that at some point. Decided to start an art rep group, was working with Simone Bianchi. So he's Simone Bianchi's art rep, and then discovered a young talent who's now, like for me, one of the modern gods, Simone DeMeo. If you
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
seen
DeMeo's amazing.
Simone's the best. What a gem of a human being. We fly him in from Italy every year, James. Sam,
Nice.
they're at OAX every year, old reliable. They owe you money. You know where they're going to be for 5 days. Orlando, Florida at OAX. So Matt DiTullio represents Simone Bianchi, Simone DeMeo, and then just brought in Isad Ribic, partly because he didn't want a third artist named Simone. We all make fun of him. But Assad is, if you ever had time to spend with Assad, oh man, does he have great stories? What a unique human being and a wonderful painter. Assad will be at OAX as well. Like Matt is like, he's a lifer and he cares about this stuff. Like you wouldn't believe like how much he cares about this stuff. Like he just does not accept, he doesn't accept failure. He wants everyone to be happy. His customer service is like impeccable. Like everyone gets white glove.
Nice.
Everyone gets treated the same and top notch. And I'll put it this way. If anyone says anything bad about Matt DiTullio, I would be suspect about them before Matt.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Yeah.
And I've got Tatiana Dykes now, who's our director of events. And Tatiana is 20 plus years as working in a comic area, and she's an art rep at TD Art. She's got 35 artists. If you look at them, Tatiana is an angel. She takes in brilliant artists, a lot of whom, I'm sorry if this sounds wrong, but some of them are underappreciated. Like, and they really need someone who cares, who kind of props them up and puts them in front of people. And Tatiana does that. She's deep into the Magic the Gaming, Magic, the Magic World, Magic the Gathering, and like deep into it, like up to the Wizards of the, she's deep into it. She's a hell of a nerd. I'll just put it that way. And she's a whole lot of fun. And she's another person where if someone spoke bad of her, I'd probably punch him first before I asked him whether it was true.
Yeah.
And you know, we've got Matt Sardo. You know, and Matt is our director of digital communications, and he started the Indie Comics Creator Con in New Haven about 3 years ago, and ran it there and brought that whole community sort of post the pandemic. The community that Eli Schwab and Cosmic Lion and other folks sort of built online, and they had just a hell of a party, and then I brought IC3 and Sardo in. I can't believe it now. It's like 16 months ago. We did the second show in New Haven together. And I know he's my social media guy, but Sardo is so much more than a social media guy. He's owned a comic book shop in Chicago. He was like nominated for an Eisner, I think, twice. Dude's crazy. He's got some crazy stories, doing the illegal things with movies and getting money on the side and backdoor shady deals. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Sardo. And what I love about Matt is he wants people to have a good time. Like his North Star is so firm on people having a good time. He's an ex-bartender. He's going to be a bartender till the day he dies. You know, tell me your story.
Right.
And then if it's something negative, you listen to him and deflect right away to something positive. He's that type of guy. We have Colin. We have so many people. Jamie Wood in Scotland that does our show. I just want to mention them really quick to you. Like, it really comes down to the people. End of the day, it doesn't matter what the ideas are, how ambitious, how hard you work. And so we're building this team out sort of brick by brick, and it starts with character and commitment. Everything past that is just, you know, weird details. You know what I mean?
Yevgeny says, I definitely can't wait to pick your brain when I get to OAX.
You know what? Someone's going to have to protect me from Yevgeny. Like,
He's a scary dude, man.
I think, you know, he's going to want that 2027 invite while he's there, right?
Yeah, he's going to tower over you. You're going to think you're actually seeing Colossus in real life with the Russian accent and all. And you're going to hand over that. You're going to say 2027's a lock for Yevgeny. He says he'll be delivering a few pieces to Matt D, one of which is the Death Dealer. So exciting.
Yeah, Matt DiTolio. Yeah, Death Dealer is one of his big themed collections. Yeah.
And then Dan Goodwin says Matt's collecting Simone's like Pokemon.
He is. Yeah. Do you know anyone else, Dan? And there's not a lot of Simone's floating around.
Some of my favorite commissions have come from TD's crew.
Yeah, TDR. Awesome. TDR, check it out. TDR Gallery. So we launched the Indie Comics Creator Con. I developed it out to be in like a national platform, kind of an indie music circuit kind of idea, where you're an indie band and you want, like, you know, places all around the country that you can go to. And we launched with some national partners. I wanted a whole bunch of people involved, and TD Art as an art rep group, Athenium Comic Art. I don't know if you know Sam. You know Athenium?
No.
Sean Watkins. He represents killers like Alison Bechtel, Caroline Cash, Tilly Walden, I think Noah Van Sciver. Crazy group of people. They're a partner. And the Artist Bullpen. If you haven't looked at the Artist Bullpen, they're tremendous too. Zach and Sam run that. They're national partners. They'll all be at OAX. I mean, there's something in common with all this stuff. I'm not promoting OAX. It's just I guess it's not a tribe. These are, like, to me, they're the best.
Sounds like almost like a big family.
Yeah, I definitely
like
don't want
extended family.
It's like, it's the difference between family and friends, right? Friends are the family that you got to choose.
Yeah.
So it's like they're friends. It's like when it becomes family, it's too complicated and things evolve into chaos and regret and backstabbing.
Rich Cirillo says, looking forward to seeing you at OAX Richie? Next month.
Nice. That's great that Richie's coming. Cool.
Dude. We're keeping you up late, brother.
Oh, I'm up till 2 a.m. I
Look at
got
this.
3 hours.
You're a night owl. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I'm not saying I'm functional at 2 in the morning, you know. I'm watching like YouTube videos or catching up on research or like burning through my inbox so I don't
Yeah.
hyperventilate. But you know, yeah, I'm good. We can talk as much as you guys want. Whatever.
Sam, what else you got for him, man?
Oh boy. I mean, so IC3, obviously you guys have been expanding on that, and he just kind of had cracked the question about doing it over onto the West Coast. I think that there is nothing but cons on the West Coast and the East Coast, and then here in the Midwest, it's just
see, we're all selfish. I'm trying to get him to the West. You're trying to get him to the Midwest.
Got you. I got you. Milwaukee's on my list.
good. Yeah, because I mean, it's like there really is nothing around this area. It's like the closest con it would be like in Chicago, but it's like you have to drive 3.5 hours from here to even get there.
Sure.
You know.
Sure. I think yeah, there's a few Columbus, Ohio, Iowa City, Milwaukee, and I have like 4 locations like kind of in the Midwest that I'm already building out for IC3 that are already on my list. But you know, it's a big country, man. It's like I don't know how many of these shows I can build, but I'm going to try to find people. You know, it's 3 categories of show. There's homegrown shows. So our New Haven show, which we've done twice, is being moved to Providence this year, and it'll be September 26th this year. I just built out the Jacksonville show, and then we've got it as part of OAX now. So we have 3 homegrown shows just to start. Then we have the virtual category of IC3 shows. So our Comic Art Live virtual art con that we do on ComicArtFans, we opened up a hall I, which is an IC3 hall. And what's great about it, it's May and November. But I thought it was perfect for indie creators more than maybe anybody else, because you don't have to travel, no hotel, no food, no whatever, no setup, no cost, about 30-45 minutes at home. Once you get orientated, you set up your booths. It's a 2-day virtual show. We just went, I'll give you an idea about this. If I can talk about Comic Art Live, again, it's in May and November on our site, free to attend. We had 20,000 unique attendees in those 2 days in May. Unique. Now, we had them coming back again and again and again. We went up to 28,000 in November. We went up, what is that, 40%? I should have, my math should be better. 40% increase, which that was one of the first indicators that all of the groundwork and work that we've been doing the last few years is really, because we're a public benefit corp now. We have a mission statement for public benefit for good. And at the core of the mission statement that I wrote, that all of us are totally committed to, is that you can own art. It's the most upstream thought I could think of as an individual. And we want to promote the narrative arts, most especially comic books and illustration art. And the virtual show is the way to reach more and more people, because they can do it from home. They can do it from their mobile phone. They don't have to figure anything out. They just go to the site, and they're confused when they're on the site, but it's okay if you're confused on a website, rather than like driving out to show, parking, don't know where the entrance is. And so that's the second category of IC3 show. And to put a button on it here, the third category is co-promoted shows. So First Coast Comic-Con in Jacksonville, I met the guys who run the show, Denny and Michael. They're awesome. Became friends over the last year. They built a cool little local show for Jacksonville. Jacksonville needed a show, like a lot of places do. And they stepped up and they built it over the last 3 years. And so we've been talking, and I'm told them what I wanted to do with IC3. And we make something that's really complementary, and we join the 2 shows together, and we co-promote a show. And we just signed agreements for the fairgrounds up in the new fairgrounds up in Jacksonville. We got 40,000 square feet that they're dividing half between the First Coast Comic-Con show and IC3. And we got 4,000 people year one of an IC3 show with FC3 just rolled out. We split the work together. That's what I want to do, Sam, more than anything is I want to find other shows run by really good people, people that are committed, people that know and that know the local area. And then I want to put the full force of Comic Art Fans and IC3 behind them and join that IC3 portion to it. All those people in Jacksonville that were like super happy that First Coast Comic Con brought in like 5 or 6 artists every year. There's going to be 100 indie artists now. And wait till you see our headliners. Because with CAF being involved and us being a unit, we can go out now and we can get a couple of crazy people are coming to the Jacksonville show. I'll tell you right now. We'll announce them hopefully within the next few weeks. So I don't know. I don't even know if I'm answering a question anymore. I'm just rambling now.
No, that's great. One thing I wanted to ask you as we kind of get towards the end here is back on onto the Kirby Award. How is that going to work? Are you going to have like where everybody can submit their vote? Is it going to be like you have to have so many nominations to be included in it? Like, how's this going to work? Because I got a personal buddy who's been in the industry for like 3 decades now that some pretty prominent people are like putting him up and posting videos saying they nominate him, Mr. Guy Dorian Sr. I know Bill Sienkiewicz posted about him and Rob Liefeld put a video up about him. So how does one go about getting up for the award and considered for that Kirby Award coming up?
I'll tell you that from its start, from its like very genesis, the awards were very, very, very different. Like no best of sort of things, very limited categories. The setting is at OAX instead of at like a big show. And then I based it on some like philosophy of religion, philosophical studies, alchemy, iconography. I based it on some of my studies related to that with how like human evolution and individual creativity happens. And I infused it all into this thing. So first off, unapologetically, it's weird and different. But that continues through even to like how it's constructed. There's a oversight council because I formed I got a partnership, a formal partnership with the Kirby Estate, the Rosalind Family Trust, the Kirby Estate, and the Jack Kirby Museum and Research Center, which is a nonprofit that's been promoting Jack and his works and his legacy now, I think just past 20 years. I think they just passed 20 years. So the Kirby Awards were made through them and through their approval, most especially the estate, right? And so we oversee the awards too. The way I designed it, I wanted to make sure that the family was directly involved in everything and approved everything. And then under that, for the awards, this is the playground part of it, the dynamic part of it. I have an advisory board. The advisory board allows for publishers, lawyers, collectors, historians, librarians, like executives, like every kind of walk of life that you could imagine related to these different art forms. My dog's back. And I was able to draw on an incredible group of people and get a lot of really positive referrals. And I think 17 or 18 people signed on in a very short amount of time. And it's in our press release. If you guys haven't seen it, please look it up from the December 23rd. I just got it out in time to have a good Christmas. It's crazy. And I'm telling you this for a reason. The last group, the on the ground, the troops, the ones that do the work, the voting committee. Okay. And the voting committee, especially for year one, being on a compressed timeline, I limited it to 5 people, but it was 5 badasses. I'd like to name them if it's okay with you. Dean Haspel out of New York, creator has been through everything, worked with Chaikin and Simonson and Sienkiewicz back in the mid 80s and has built a really unusual, interesting, effective, impactful career in the indie scene. Eli Schwab, who runs Cosmic Lion Productions. And if you want to have some fun, follow Eli online, follow Cosmic Lion, look at the weird, diverse, crazy, awesome books that they're making. Eli's the perfect guy for the comic book industry today, who's going to help kind of create what happens in I'm not seeing this in a declaring war kind of way, but in a post superhero world. Thank God people Eli Schwab exists. I'll leave it at that. Tom Scioli, who's probably known to most people and with kayfabe guys, and Tom's done amazing indie stuff, and you know, he did the FF version of Grand Design. Yeah, and so much more. Everyone knows Tom. Allison Sohn. Allison, who self-deprecatingly says that she's best known as Adam Hughes' wife. But man, Allison, I don't know if you ever met if you met Allison for 30 seconds, you know Allison. That's how pure and direct she is herself. And she's been all around the world the last 25 years. She knows everybody. She's super, super smart and a great artist, published all over the place. And Jimmy Palmiotti. Those were the five. Jimmy's my rock. Jimmy joined the board of directors of ComicArtFans about 18 months ago. It was like my hand-selected artist choice for the board. But that's the voting committee. Now, to answer your question, finally, but with some hierarchy and context, because I'm being super defensive here, because I wish it was public, like the public component. Man, I struggled with this. I really wanted to have like people be able to submit nominations, and I really, really wanted to have some public voting component.
Right.
The first year of my proposal going through the process with the estate and the museum, you can ask them. I actually designed it based on Major League Baseball's all-star voting. That was a combination of public and sort of inner baseball, literally voting, right? I really felt like, for example, ComicArtFans has tens of thousands of people that are obsessed with this stuff. What a unique community to vote, let alone the broader community. And there's lots of people that could make nominations in the community. I've got an idea about how to fold that in the future, but for now, the voting committee votes on the 5 core awards, and there's 2 legacy awards, teacher and creator, like lifetime achievement, really special ones. There's 7 total. They're the only ones that nominate and vote on the 5 core awards, period. Leave them alone.
Gotcha.
I didn't even release their names too much ahead of time because you can't pay them off. Can't do anything. You would have had to have treated Jimmy, Dean, Eli, and Tom and Allison right for like the last 10 years for them to come in with a heavy bias, right?
Yeah.
But for the legacy awards, everybody gets to nominate. So what I go through Tracy Kirby and Tom Kraft from the museum and myself for the Oversight Council, 18 members of the advisory board, which I wish I could tell you about all of them. Please read up on them. And 5 members of the voting committee. So there's 26 people that put forward nominations for the legacy awards. And then the Oversight Council, the 3 of us from CAF, from the Kirby Estate and the museum, and the voting committee, the 8 of us voted on the legacy awards. So for now, and forgive me, but for now, it's kind of like a little bit of a private event. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'd like to add more awards. I'd like to expand the voting committee. We'll see where it goes. I'm just glad it's alive. Frankenstein.
Awesome, brother. Well, Sam, do you have anything for him before we wrap up?
No, I think I'm good, man.
Awesome. Dude, this was so much fun, man. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us.
Thank you. My dog thanks you for keeping this to only an hour. If we'd gone 3 hours, she might have pooped in my in
Yeah,
my
we
little
don't need
side
that.
room.
Awesome. Well, everybody, I'm gonna throw, before we shut the stream down, I'm gonna throw these up one more time. You can follow him on Instagram right
Look at
there.
that. Let's do it.
Yeah, you can check out ComicArtFans.com. And last but not least, get all your OAX information at oax.art. And we got to remind everybody about Mr. Sam McClurg's website, because there's always, I heard we might have some Bristol Bros merch coming. If I would get that logo over to you, Sam, I'll be doing that soon, buddy. Don't worry.
Yeah, stop taking your time. I'm waiting.
Not, not like I run a business full time outside of doing this.
We didn't even get to talk about MMA, man. I wanted to talk about like all this.
I'm gonna have you on Nerdy Musings podcast.
Let's do it,
and then we'll chop it up for sure. Reminding everybody, smash the like, subscribe, all that good stuff, so the algorithm will show us to you. And let's check the chat one last time before we go here. Dan Goodwin, take care, everyone. Love you, Kasra. Victor Medina, category for sexiest hosts of a comic show. There you go. Vic says, great show, everyone. Thank you, Vic. Sam with the hearts in the chat. Look at this loving guy. Awesome, gentlemen. Thanks for everyone watching. Thank you again, sir, for being here. Awesome time. All right. Everybody come back next week, Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sundays, come and watch us draw. We got Yevgeny Sokolov in there. We got Vic Medina, all sorts of talented folks in there drawing with each other every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think Sam might be joining us one of these times too, once he gets his studio set up. That's going to be fun.
Got Ethernet going in there tomorrow, baby, so we can do it whenever.
Yeah, awesome. All right, everybody. Take care.